Shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rocha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that teach and do rule well, that teach 100% truth. Shalom to the Akim, the hopeful elect that put your truth with all truth and sincerity. This is your brother Zakar Abans coming back with another video on the highways and the byways to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, abomination of earth, the mother of hearts, aka known as America of this modern day times, man, which America actually means bitter. All right, we need the book of Jeremiah. So, and we're going to touch on the book of John, chapter 21. All right, as far as Yahweh Shai, is being our rock, man. We got to put all our trust into Yahweh Shai. All right, and show our love and faith towards Yahweh Shai, as he told Peter, if you love me, feed my lamb, feed my sheep. All right, so we're going to hit right on that. The book of John, chapter 21, and verse 15. Real quick, and we're going to flow with the Spirit, man. All right, this is when Yahweh Shai was, showing himself to the disciples, which became apostles. All right, this is the book of John, chapter 21, and verse 14. Start at the top. This is now the third time that Yahweh Shai showed himself to his disciples. After that, he was rising from the dead. So when they had dined, Yahweh Shai said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He said unto him, Yea, Lord. Thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lambs. Which is going to who? Feeding who? The feed was going to what? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. We're going to the lambs, the sheep, which is the elect of Israel. He said to him, again, the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He said unto him, Yea, Lord. Thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my sheep. Who are the sheep? Once again, is, the whole nation of Israel, starting with the elect. He said unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved, because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Most High, thou knowest, out of one, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shai said unto him, Feed my sheep. All right. Let's prove that sheep. Let's get the book of let's go to the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 7. Let's flow with that. All right. Then we're going to hit on Psalms 18. It's the book of 2 Samuel, I believe it's chapter 7. Bear with me, Salakia. All right, this is the book of 2 Samuel. And verse 8. Start at verse 7. 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 7. All the places wherein I have walked with all the children of Israel, speak I a word with any of the tribes of Israel, whom I command to feed my people, saying, Why build ye not me in the house of cedar? Feed what? According to the wisdom, the knowledge, understanding, the scriptures, the laws, statutes, commandments, man. This is the true food, man. Man should not live off bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High, man. Verse 8. 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 8. Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David. All right. And Yahweh Shai, if you could receive it, came through the lineage of David. All right. Yahweh Shai, who is Solomon, David came back as Peter, Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David, Thus said the Yahweh of hosts, I took thee from the sheepcote, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people, over Israel. Okay? That's not the one I want, but it's good as well. Salakia. Salakia. We'll get another one. Salakia. Let's read the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, real quick. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34. Just Edomite just standing there looking at me looking crazy. Anyways, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, and verse 1. And the words of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophecy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophecy and say unto them, Thus said the Yahweh Bashim al-Shai unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed the flocks? All right? Feed them what? According to the wisdom, the knowledge, to understand and follow the ways of the laws, statutes, commandments, man. All right? They're not putting the laws, statutes, commandments, well, they're not rehearsing the laws, statutes, commandments, man. They're not doing anything. And the reason, you know, we rehearse the righteous, we rehearse the laws, statutes, commandments. The righteous ask why? Because the Most High, because Yahweh Shai said, what? If you love me, keep my commandments, man. In the book of John, chapter 14. Son of man, prophecy against the shepherds of Israel. Salakia. Skip down. Ezekiel chapter 34. Ezekiel chapter 34 in verse, let's start at 23. Then I will set up one shepherd over them, and he shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them and shall be their shepherd. And I, the Yahweh, will be their power. And my servant David, a prince among them, I, the Yahweh, have spoken it. So David, King David, will come back and sit on his throne, man. All right? He'll be right there beside Yahweh Shai, man. And on down. They got 144,000, got the elect. And I will, select the apostles, you know, the apostles, King David, the apostles, which is Apostle Peter, on down to the 144,000 and so on, so on. And I will make them a covenant of peace, and I will cause the evil beast to cease out of the land. And they shall dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in the woods. And I will make them in the places round about my hill, mountains, hills represents governments. All right? Starting with the 144,000, man, we will be a government. My hill a blessing. I will cause the shower to come down in its season. There shall be showers of blessing, man. All right, so just as the curses stick close to the children of Israel right now in the kingdom of heaven, where everything is established right back and decently in order, okay, it will be blessings, man, on every side, man. There will not be any more curses. There will not be any more Israelite that is suffering, man. There will be rank amongst the nation of Israel, okay? But every Israelite will be blessed, man. Kingdom of priests, man. And the tree of the field shall yield her fruit, and the earth shall yield her increase, and they shall be safe in their land. And shall know that I am the Yahweh when I have broken the bands of their yoke and delivered them out of the hand of those that serve themselves of them, man. So we will not be in captivity anymore, man. This is the last captivity, America. All right, as I started off with, man. This is a mother abominations of the earth, man. We will not be in captivity anymore. All right. Now, there's not an actual yoke on our neck as it once were when it was in hard bondage slavery. All right, not too long, 100 more or so years ago. All right. But now you still see Jakes that still got that effect, man. They still trust into Esau, Edom, man. All right, they still mentally sleep, man. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid. So when you, pretty much like a typical Jake, man, when you drive it and you see some Edomite that's a police officer, right? You get a little nervous. It is what it is, okay? Because our life is in doubt, man. All right, we don't know what's going on, man. All right, when you walk into a certain room with a bunch of Edomites, you don't know what they're gonna do, man. All right, it's very dangerous, man. And it says in the book of Psalms, chapter 23, the valley of the shadow of death. This is the valley of the shadow of death, America, which was the reason why we are here, for a prison sentence, man. All right, serve out our captivity that we're almost finished with. Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28 again. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, the other nations, the Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Neither shall the beast of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid. All right? Let's grab the book of Joshua. All right? And we're not going to be afraid. Why? Because Yahweh Shai will ultimately be dwelling with us, man. We'll have that warrior strength again, man. We'll have superhuman strength, man. All right? Let's go to the book of Joshua chapter 23 real quick. Joshua chapter 23, verse 9. For the Yahweh have driven out from before you great nations and strong, but as for you, no man have been able to stand before you unto this day. All right, now how much so more when Yahweh Shai makes a return, when Yahweh Shai comes back, okay? Come on. One man of you shall chase 1,000, for the Yahweh your power, he it is that fighteth for you, as he had promised you, man. So Yahweh Shai will be with us, man. We will not be suffering, we will not go hungry, neither shall we cry anymore, man, as Scripture says. All right. Ezekiel chapter 34 and verse 29. And I will raise up for them a plant of Rion, and they shall be no more consumed with hunger, in the land, neither bear the shame of the heathen any more. Thus shall they know that I, the Yahweh their power, am with them, and that they, even the house of Israel, are my people, said the Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. The house of Israel are the Yahweh, what are the Yahweh's peoples, man, not other nations, not some spiritual Israelites. All right, that's foolishness, man. That's a fable. All right, you have to go back to the seed of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Now, you may not have Israelites that look like your typical Israelites because of the mingling, but they are still Israelites, man. And ye my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men, and I am your power, said the Most High, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. So no other, so the Most High pasture are men. It's not women's. Women cannot go out there and teach like men's can. Women's job is to do what? Be home, be helpmeets, have children, as it says in the book of 1 Timothy, be childbearing. Describe that as well. First Timothy. First Timothy chapter 2, real quick. First Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, Salakia. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. All right, so that's a woman's job, to be a helpmeet, to have children's, excuse me. Now you're still gonna have, certain Israelite women that are gonna, be saved, just go be with the elect. All right, but a woman's job is to do ultimately one thing only: be a helpmeet and have a child. All right, moving on. Describe the Apocrypha. All right, describe the Apocrypha. Describe the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, and just read. All right, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right, a wise judge. Now, this world is not ruled by wisdom, man. It's ruled by, well, as the scripture says, neither is roughly paraphrasing, neither is evenness is prudence, something to that effect. Just roughly paraphrasing, man. All right, because we have, because this world has been ran by whom? Esau, Edom, and the other nations falling in behind Babylon the Great, man, America. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered, man. So Yahweh Shai, will be, everything be ran right back in righteousness, well ordered, as it says, Solomon was the most wisest man. All right, Solomon who came back and who? Yahweh Shai. And the judge of the people is himself. So are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein, man. That's why you got a bunch of wickedness today. All right, because you got the top, Edomites, and then you got the little peon Edomites, and then they just running havoc, man. But once again, everything will be ran right back in righteousness. So when a righteous kingdom is established, all the kindred all the kindred, the Israelites will be righteous, man. Even the even not the most famous Israelite will be at the very, very top, man. Kingdom of priests and kings, man. An unwise king destroy his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Most High, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Let's read it again. Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 10, and verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, the Most High, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So everything is ran by whom? Starting with Yahweh Shai, and on down, man. All right? So nothing happened just by, as they say in the world, a coincidence. No, everything is established by Yahweh Shai. Everything goes through him, man. Everything is ordained by him. Everything is things play out because Yahweh Shai say so. As it says in the book of Matthew, I want to say it's chapter 10. I don't want to butcher it, but basically Yahweh Shai said, can a sparrow, which is a little small bird, fall unless his father ordains it, right? So everything is controlled by Yahweh, man. And everyone had to play out the part. This is why everyone has a lot. This is why you see certain peoples and they be like, wow, they cannot get right. Someone has to be the wolf in sheep clothing. This is why you have a lot of false preachers, a lot of people sprouting out nonsense. Someone had to be the wolf in sheep clothing. Someone had to play that lot. Someone has to be the true teachers, man. All right? Someone has to be the true teacher. They teach the word of Yahweh Shai, even unto death, man. All right? Everything has to have a lot, man. Everybody has a lot to fall into. Salakia. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Most High, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. Verse 5. In the hand of Most High is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Verse 6, Sirach chapter 10 verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practice. All right? So, you know, once a brother repents, man, you're supposed to let that go, man, basically. All right? A neighbor, which is your kindred, all right? Now, if one of your brothers offend you in a certain way, go to the brother, and if he don't hear you, as it says in the book of Matthew, chapter 19, then, you know, you take him to the elders and you squash it, man. If he still don't hear you, then you treat him as a heathen, all right? Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practice. Verse 7, pride is hateful before Most High and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Verse 7, Sirach chapter 10 verse 7, pride is hateful before Yahweh Shai and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So this kingdom has been nothing but hell, man. Hell, which is a condition. Let's grab the book of Habakkuk. All right, I'm read it again. Ecclesiastes Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, all right, Esau, Edom is very unrighteous. There's, as it says in the book of Habakkuk, their spirit is not upright in them. Dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit. They have done nothing but rape, rob, and just steal, man. All right, they stole the North Native Americans' land, the Gadiats, the Reubenites, the Aztecas, the Tainos, you name it, man. Just stole everything when they hit the soil. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. So the kingdom will go to whom? The nation of Israel, starting with the elect, man. This kingdom right here that we are presently in is ran by who? Esau, Edom, man. All right, and it's on a very, very, very fast decline. As it says in the book, Esau, Satan, as lightning fall from heaven, man, like a bolt of lightning, happen real fast. That's how this world will be falling, man. The world of Esau, Edom, man, this wicked world. It happen very fast. Let's grab the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. Like it. Bear with me. Real quick. Habakkuk chapter 2. Bear with me. All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse. Woo. Okay. All right, I got started. I'm going to read Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm just read on down. Verse 12 is the point, but this is so, it's a lot of meat up in here, man. It's a lot of meat in the scripture. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. Let's start at verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. All right, scriptures. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And as we see, prophecy is popping off like popcorn, man. As it, prophecy, everything is speeding up. This year, 2021, was one of the fastest, well, probably the fastest year, you know. All right, things is happening very fast, man, because we are nearing the end, man. We are coming to the prophecy of what? The Charagma, man. Mr. Big M. If you know, you know. All right, so we're heading to the Mr. Big M, all right, the Charagma. And this world is, and Esau Edom world is coming to a close, man. And as it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, you know, I'm gonna grab it. He come with anger because he know that his days are, short. Let's continue on. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, All right, but these prophecies are popping off right now as we speak. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Verse 4, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Esau, Edom. All right, he cannot get right. He's a definition of can't not get right, man. Can't get right. No matter how much you try to break down the scriptures, no matter how much you try to be nice to this guy, he is not going to have favor towards you, man. You can read it in the book of Genesis chapter 3, where it says put enmity between thee and the woman. All right, the serpent, man. So the woman represented Jerusalem. The serpent represent, at the time was represents Esau, Edom. Let's grab that as well. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, between Esau and the nation of Israel, and between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel, man. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but a just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgressed it by wine, going to philosophies, he is a proud man. All right, he's very proud, man. Because everyone is following his ways, man. Everyone want to be like America. You could look up on Google, of certain bills of China look just like New York, man. He is a proud man, need to keep it at home. Who enlarge, you need to keep it at home, man. He's everywhere, man. You got American military bases everywhere, man. They in Iraq, Afghanistan, you name it. All right. He's a proud man, need to keep it at home. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, cannot be satisfied. Well, as it said, in as depth, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heap it unto him all people. This man is never satisfied. This man is a greedy bastard, man. All right, he's a bastard because he's fatherless. All right, Yahweh is not dealing with this damn devil. He only used Esau, Edom to be a whipping stick, man, to beat us for our iniquities, and that's coming to a very end. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a tawny proverb against him, and say, woe to him that desired that which is not his? How long to him that leadeth himself with the clay? Going to debt, man. All right, that's what they're going into. All right, nothing belongs to Esau, Edom. The world will hand it to who? The wicked, but only for a period of time, but only for a season. All right. The world made for who? As it says, for our sakes, for the nation of Israel's sake, man. Shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and await that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, which is going to the treasures, the spoil, man. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein, man. So everyone's tired of this devil, man. This is why Esau, Edom, his own allies, the EU and NATO is going to flip on him and shoot missiles at him, man. Everyone is tired of this damn devil. It's time for a change, man. It's time for, like we read in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 10, because of unrighteous dealings, and riches got by deceit, roughly paraphrasing, the king would translate from one king to another, man, which is going to be the nation of Israel. All right. Shall spoil because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 9. Woe to him that coveted an evil covenant to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. All right, Esau, Edom, man, can't help but to sin. He's a man of sin. As it says, man of sin shall be revealed. And he's been revealed by how? Through the prophets, hitting the highways and the byways, the videos of the apostles that been doing this more than 30 years, man. All right, as it says, need to give him rest, man. Let's grab that as well. The book of Isaiah, chapter... got the book of Isaiah, chapter 60. Slakia, bear with me again. basically need to give him rest. So like I'm not gonna. I pretty much quoted it. That's all right. Continue on in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 11. For the stone shall thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. All right, verse 12 is the point. Woe to him that builded a town with blood, and established a city by iniquity. America, man. This whole king was built by blood, man. Through the hardcore slavery of the nation of Israel, all of us, all 12, man. The so-called North Native Americans, the Gadites, the Reubenites, the so-called Negroes, the Judaites, the Benjamites, the so-called West Indians, the Haitians, so-called Haitians, the tribe of Levi, so-called Puerto Rico, you name it. We all had taken a beating by the hand of who? Esau, Edom. We all have been, blood is everywhere, man, through this devil. Behold, is not the Yahweh of hosts, that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for their very vanity. All right, we're going to something else. Back to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, and pick up at verse 9. Just the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, and verse 9. All right, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one set his own soul to sell, because while he liveth it, he casteth away his bowels, man. There's not a more wicked thing, man. Why? Because this world is through, man. All right? Earth and ashes is proud, man. For what? All right? You have no idea what your outcome is going to be, man. All right? As it says in the book, tomorrow's not promised, man. You nothing but earth and ashes. All right? And if you are Edomite, you are nothing, man. All right, all nations is like a drop of a bucket, but Esau, Edom, man, you're gonna catch hell at the very top, man. All right, all nations are going into slavery, but Esau, Edom's slave is gonna be, as it says in the book, as it goes into the parable in the book of Luke chapter 16, Lazarus and a rich man, which pretty much represents who the elite Esau, Edom, man, dip his finger in some basically cold water, man. Not actual fire, but just that his condition, the hard-bonded slavery, the ass kicking we're going to give this damn devil. It's going to be rough. It's not a good time to be an Edomite. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one set his own soul to sell, because while he liveth it, he casteth away his bowels. The physician cut off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow shall die. For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms. This flesh, man. This is why it's pointless to be carnal. Because this flesh is going anyway, man. All right? Even this flesh means absolutely nothing. The elect of the elect of Yahweh Yahushai will have new bodies, man. When it makes a return, man. And the new bodies that die, they get eaten by worms, man. So these nothing but bodies. It's nothing but a carnal. It's nothing but a shell for your spirit, man. All right, Salakia. Verse 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one set his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow shall die. Verse 11. For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms. Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. As it says, the Most High is not in all his thoughts. All whose thought? Esau, Edom can care less what the statutes and commandments of the Most High is, man. He's a proud man. All right? For pride is beginning of sin. I'm read it again. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. For pride is the beginning of sin. So pride is sin. For pride is the beginning of sin. And he that have it shall pour out abominations. And therefore the Most High brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. The Most High have cast down the thrones of proud prince, and set up the meek in their stead. The meek, who is the nation of Israel, man. Starting with the elect. The proud prince, which you have now. Esau, Edom, the other nations. All right, that scoff, that mock, that be puffed up against the children of Israel, man. Even now, out here reading the scriptures, out here, and had a couple Edomites, give me some, nasty looks, man, but it's all good. The Most High plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. All right, first shall be last, last shall be first, man. So so-called Negroes, the Americans, and Hispanic, they're considered to be the bottom feeders of this society, considered to be disgusting and just the lowest and the dirtiest of whatever. We are the ones that are going to be first, man. All right, and every nation that has had a part in taking us down will be the last, man. They will be the tail, man. Everything will be put right back in proper order. All right, the verse 14. So Sirach chapter 10 verse 14, the Yahweh had cast down the thrones of the proud prince and set up the meek in their stead. Yahweh plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. Verse 16, the Most High overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundation of the earth. The Most High could care less about these other nations, man. All right, the other nations are ultimately here to be our servants, so we can have to be our slaves, man. All right, that's it. And they here now, you know, we had to go through our punishment, our captivity to learn, you know, wickedness, man. And now that we learn wickedness, now we're on the righteous side, learning righteousness. Verse 16, the Most High overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. He took some of them away and destroyed them, and had made their memorial to cease from the earth. Verse 18, pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman, man. Esau Edom, he sums up pride and furious and just rage, man. He's a greedy, once again, he's a greedy bastard. He cannot have enough. All right, he is as hell. He is as hell, and death cannot be satisfied, man. He's a sinful man. Pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. They that fear the Most High are a sure seed, and they that love him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed. They that transgress the commandments are a deceitful seed. So when you trust Yahweh, as I said earlier, he is the rock, man. You are built on a great foundation. All right, but if you just trust in this world riches and the fashion of this world, which will pass away, you're a fool, man. Verse 20. Among brethren, he that is chief is honorable. So are they that fear the Lord in his eyes. The fear of the Yahweh shall go up before the obtaining of authority. But roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Where he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Most High. So regardless of what status we have in this world, man, all right, and we are the poor, man. We are the meek. We are just the low. Once again, we are in this society, so-called Negro, Native American, Hispanic. It just we are abominable to the heathens, right? But we are ultimately gonna receive, you know, a crown, man. We're gonna be put right back on a pedestal, because we are the one that trusted into Yahweh Shai, man. Not all Israel, only the ones that went through this fire, this refining. Where he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Most High. So that's our glory, man. That's the true riches. It is not meet to despise the poor man that have understanding, neither is it convenient to magnify a sinful man. So you despise someone that is has great understanding, wisdom, and knowledge, but you mad because they are not on your level, because they're not on your level as far as a certain status, man. All right. Poor men that have understanding, neither is it convenient to magnify a simple man. So you going out there, you being prideful, all right, and you trusting in pride and things like that. That's a sinful man, man. Okay. And you loving this world, man, which is going to, once again, the fashion of this world, pass it away. Verse 24. So like, it's a damn police right there. Verse 24, great men and judges and pontiffs shall be honored, yet is there none of them greater than he that feared the Most High. Nobody's greater than the ones that fear Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because that's the true riches. Let's grab that as well. Matter of fact, let's grab the book of Job, chapter 28. Goddamn police. Call out Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah, Kadash. Why Yahweh Shai. All right. All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 28, and verse 12. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? All right, so this is the true riches, man. Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living. The depth said, it is not in me, and the sea said, it is not with me. It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. All right, nothing can buy this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. All right, so this is the true glory. This is the true riches when you do the work of Yahweh Yahawashi, man. When you build up your spiritual bank account. Verse 15, cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof. Verse 16, it cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx or the sapphire. Verse 17, the gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. Nothing can equal the wisdom, man. No gold, no silver, nothing, man. You cannot buy the Holy Spirit, all right? You are chosen by Yahweh Yahawashi, man. This is why it says a man shall be more precious than gold, Salakia. A lot of articles. Let's continue to read. The gold and crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold. Verse 18, no mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. For the price of wisdom is above rubies, man. No matter what they say about you, man. This is the ultimate riches. This is the ultimate gain. Oh, I gotta grab it. All right. People say, oh, the celebrities of this world, man, that's foolishness, man. That's temporary. All right. Let's grab the book of Zephaniah right quick. The real superstars are the men that hit in the highways and the byways, man. The same men that everyone scoff at and mock at and think that we look crazy. All right. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, and verse. Woo. All right, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, and verse 13. The remnant of Zephaniah, chapter 3, and verse 13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. The remnant of Israel, the elect, man. 144,000 shall not do iniquity nor speak lies, neither shall deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. All right, we're not gonna listen. They're not gonna be any more false prophets, man. All right, no one. Everything will be put right back decently in order. Okay. Shall deceitful tongue be found in their mouth, for they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. We're not. Listen, man. This, as I said, when the police came up, you know. You never know, man. It could be judgment. Who knows, man? All right, this is why you give praise to Yahweh Yahawashi. They give you strength, and and you persevere, man. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, man. You never know how this damn devil's gonna come approaching you. Okay. Verse 14: Sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Yahweh have taken away thy judgments. All right, no more curses, man. He hath cast out thine enemy. Esau, Edom, and the other nations. The king of Israel, even the Yahweh, is in the midst of thee. All right, once again, I started off, he's the rock, man. I'm going to get that as well. Thou shalt not see evil anymore, man. We're not going to see evil anymore, man. There will not be no more scoffers, mockers. We will not be spoiled and robbed, all right? Even our women will not be raped anymore, man. Our children will be put right back in their place, man. No more disobedience from our women, our children, whoever. Men will not be homosexuals anymore, man. It'll be no more evil, man. It'll be no more none of that madness. And that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, Jerusalem is a people, for it's a place, fear thou not, and to Zion let thine hands be, and let not thine hands be slack. Verse 17, the Yahweh thy power in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. All right, the Most High, listen, man, blessings gonna be all over us, man. The same way we was immersed in curses, we'll be immersed in blessings, man. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Verse 19 is the point. Behold, Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 19. Behold, at that time, I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted and gathered her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame, man. We have been put to shame, man. So the same people that scoffed and mocked at us, man, they're going to be bowing down, man. All right? Praising us. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said the Yahweh. So no more curses, man. All right? And now as I brought it out, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 60. Isaiah chapter 16, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. It's only for Israel, man. So all nations that, you know, that laughed, that scoffed, that mocked at us, will be put to shame, man. And you're going to have, you know, the 2/3 that come back through the 144,000, the elect. They're going to be shamed for a period of time as well. But ultimately, they're still Israelites. They still have, they still be, you know, kings as well, prince and things of that nature. But this whole, but really, the other nations will be put right back in their place at the very bottom, man. All right, let's finish it off. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 25. Unto the servant that is wise shall they that are free do service, and he that have knowledge will not grudge when he is reformed. Verse 26. Be not wise, be not overwise in doing thy business, and boast not thyself in the time of thy distress. Better is he that labored and abounded in all things than he that boasted himself and wanted bread, man. So labor, man. All right? Labor. Do the work of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Make as many videos as you can. You know, don't just put, just any type of videos out. Make sure they're edifying videos. All right? Hit the highways and the byways as much as you can, man. Do all that you can, man, because we're not going to be out here for much longer, man. This is only for a period of time. Everything is for a period of time, man. All right? It's going to be a family of the word very, very soon, man. You got brothers' channels getting shut down left and right. You can barely say anything, watch your channel getting clipped, man, or getting a strike or however. My son, glorify thy soul in meekness, and give it honor according to thy dignity thereof, man. Meekness, being humble. Being humble, man. The greater thou art, the more humble you should be, man. Who will justify him that sinned against his own soul? And who will honor him that dishonor his own life? Verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and a rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? So he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches, man? All right, so the brothers that, you know, when you got certain people that say Shalom and, you know, Dawada, as we do with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, you know, and we're not rich men at all. We're just working, so-called working class men. How much more in riches, man? All right? Let's read it again. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and a rich man is honored for his riches. He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? Whew. All right, I got one more. Then I'm going to get ready to close it out. Let's grab the book of Psalms, chapter 18. Just flow with that. All right, this is the book of Psalms. If I can find it. Psalms 18, but I want to grab something real quick. 62. All right, I'm going to grab the book of Psalms, chapter 62 real quick precept. Truly my soul waited upon Most High. From him cometh my salvation. So we are here to wait upon Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man. We cannot just fight Esau, Edom, man. That's not going to happen. All right, we can't have a shootout with this devil, man. All right, he was blessed with the sword. That's very carnal. So our power goes into who? Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. That's what we're waiting on to take down this devil, man. To give us, to renew our strength, as it says. He that waited upon the Most High, you know, our strength be renewed, basically. Psalm 62 and verse 1. Truly my soul waited upon Most High. From him cometh my salvation. All right. Verse 2. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. All right, so he is our defense, man. He's going to defend the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. He is our rock, all right? He doesn't waver. He doesn't fold. He doesn't change his mind, all right? It is what it is. If you say that, people want to put a twist on the scriptures and make it like Israel is not the Lord's peoples, which is an utter lie, man. All right, he has not changed. The Most High changed not. He lies not, all right? He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense, shall not be greatly moved. How long will you imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you, as a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse errantly. Salah. And who does that sound like? All right? Come on, man. There's a particular nation out here that is running amok. All right? Verse 5, my soul wait thou only upon Most High, for my expectation is from him. All right, we're only waiting for Yahweh Shai, man, who they even call God and Jesus Christ, man, which is not his name. All right, it's Yahweh Shai. My soul wait thou only upon Most High, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be removed. I shall not be moved, Salakia. All right, so there's no religion that's able to save you, man. There's nothing else that can save you, man. You gotta come back to the true doctrine of Yahweh Shai, man. And Most High is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in him. Trust in him at all times, ye people. Pour out your hearts before him. Most High is a refuge for us. Salah, man. Put curses up on certain peoples if you feel like they just hounding you, giving you a hard time. All right. If a brother has done something, good for you, pray for that brother, man. If it's a sincere brother, man. All right. Regardless, if you know that he has, is a good brother and he has helped you out, and now he needs some help, whatever, man. You pray for that brother, okay? Trust in him at all times, ye people. Pour out your heart before him. Most High is a refuge for us. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. All right, and this is the opposite. And this is the opposite of what what that nation has done, man. Okay, they are trusting in oppression, man. Oh, we got the so-called Negroes, the Americans, and the Hispanics all in captivity and slavery and the prison systems, and it is full of jakes. All right, you're oppressing and you just love it. You think that you're winning. You think that you are just somebody. How wrong are you, man? You trust in the riches, man, because riches got by deceit, man. That's not true riches. You got it by deceit, which will be given right back to its rightfully owners, man. Trust not in oppression, become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Most High has spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto Yahweh Shai. Also unto thee, O Yahweh, belongeth mercy, for thou rendest to every man according to his work. So you want to make sure you do everything righteous, man. You want to put out fruitful work, man. Not corrupt seed, not telling a brother lie, not being a damn devil, man. All right, you reap what you sow. Let's grab the book of Psalms 18, get ready to close it out. Start with Psalms 18, verse 1. I will love thee, O Yahweh, my strength. Yahweh is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my power, my strength in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn is the power of my salvation and my high tower. So yes, we are waiting on Yahweh Shai to that crazy camp out there that sprout out nonsense, man. Yes, we do wait on Yahweh Shai. We do pray that this things speed up even faster, man, to get up out of here. I will call upon the Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell, all right, this condition, man, being in captivity, being in slavery. Even now, all right, we're not in that hardcore slavery, but we know that Jacob trouble is coming, man. We know that we still got to go through a few more prophecies, man. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. And my distress, I called upon the Yahweh and cried unto my power. He heard my voice out of his temple, the heavens, and my cry came before him. even into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundation also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was worth. Hills, mountains, all that represents governments, man. So America will be shaken by what? Throwing no nuclear missiles. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils and fire out of his mouth, devoured, coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under his feet. And he rode upon a cherub, all right? When Yahushua makes a return with the angels, the multitude of angels will be what? What they call a UFO, a so-called unidentified flying object, which are the vehicles of Yahweh, Yahushua, and the angels, which is the chariots. He rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret places. His favor round about him were dark and thick clouds of the skies. I'm going to skip down. Verse 43. This is Psalms 18 and verse 43. Finish it off. Thou hast delivered me from the scribings of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me, man. So even in this low condition, what the hell compasses us about, which is a captivity, we're going to go right back to our rightful positions, man. All right, we're going to go right back to being the head, man. Thou hast delivered me from this, verse 44, as soon as they hear. Thou hast delivered me from the scribes of the people, and thou hast made me the head of the heathen. A people whom I have not known shall serve me, man. They're going to be in utter subjections, man. They're going to understand what it feels like being slavery, being captivity, all right? To be stripped of everything that you have, man. All right, come on. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me, man. They're not going to have a choice, man. We got the power now. As it says in that movie, we the captain now, literally. The strangers shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places, man. The whole system of things are going to fade away, man. Like I said, this is only for a moment in time in the season, man. When Yahushua comes back, it's going to feel like a dream, man. It says it was like as though we dreamed in the book of Psalms 125. Describe that as well. Let's keep flowing in the spirit. Real quick. Describe the book of Psalms 125. They that trust if I can find it, I can't. So like it. They that trust in Yahweh shall be as Mount Zion, which cannot be moved, but abideth forever. As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Yahweh is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. So like I thought that was it. It said, though that we had dreamed. That's all right. Go back. Okay. Psalm 126, verse 1. When Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream, man. So the Most High, free from this captivity from the hands of Esau, Edom, and the other nations, man. It's gonna happen so quick. As it said, I saw Satan fall from heaven like as lightning, man. When you look at lightning, lightning is very fast, man. So we're gonna come to the days of going right back to our rightful position. All right, we're gonna be, as it says, we'll be more precious than gold, man. Let's get the book of continue on. Psalms 18, verse 44. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The stranger shall submit themselves unto me. The stranger shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places. The Yahweh liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let the Most High of my salvation be exalted, man. The Most High is our rock, man. This is who we trust in. This is who we wait for, man. It is Most High that avenged me and subdued the people under me. He delivered me. Like, listen, this captivity that we are in, when Lord willing, part of that number or whatever. When we be free from this captivity, it's not Egypt will be mentioned, but I gotta grab it. Egypt will not be mentioned, man. This captivity, when we get free from it, it's gonna be something else, man. It's gonna be. All right, so book of Jeremiah, chapter 16. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Yahweh. There shall no more be said, the Yahweh liveth it, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, man. All right, because this captivity right here is, listen, it's something different, man. It's gonna be even more famous, even on a grander scale. Verse 15, but the Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, all right, America, and from all the lands where he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers, back to Jerusalem, man. All right, listen, man, when we get free from this captivity, it's gonna be even greater, even on a grander scale than what happened before in our previous captivity in Egypt, man. Which is, you know, that deliverance is great, but it's gonna be even greater, man. With the chariots and come on. The stranger shall fade away and be afraid out of their close places. The Yahweh liveth, and blessed be my rock, and let the power of my salvation be exalted. It is Most High that avenged me, and subdued the people under me. He delivered me from mine enemies. Yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. All right, Esau Edom, man. He's a violent man, man. I mean, this guy can't wait to catch you in a trap, man. He love when you Jake's at the bottom. He love when you Jake's getting your ass kicked. He love when you Jake's is in prison. Come on. Therefore will I give thanks unto thee, O Yahweh, among the heathen. Go out hitting highways and byways, rehearsing the righteous acts, preaching the Lord's name, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. O Yahweh, among the heathen, and sing praises unto thy name. That's what we're doing now. Great deliverance giveth he to his king, and showed mercy to his anointed, to David and to his seed forevermore, man. The seed of whom? You know, seed of Israel. All right? Let's grab the book of Jeremiah. Salakia. Grab the book of Jeremiah. Grab the book of Jeremiah chapter 23. Verse 8 is the point, but I'm going to get a build up. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, said the Most High. These false prophets, these false teachers like T.D. Jakes, Al Sharpton, Martin Luther King. This guy was sprouting out nonsense, all right? Therefore, thus said the Yahweh Most High of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, said the Yahweh, man. They told you nothing but lies, man. And you trusted into the lies, man. Because the pastors, they were nothing but a bunch of Freemasons, all right, that was taking bribes from Esau Edom, man. All right, give blinded the eyes, man. All right, now you do have some teachers out there that know that you're Israelite, but they don't tell you that. All right, they're receiving checks, man. 5013C. Verse 2, Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 2 again. Therefore, thus said the Yahweh Most High of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, said the Yahweh. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their foes, and they shall be fruitful and increase. Man, who was scattered? Who went to the, it's a thing called African diaspora, which basically means scattered, man. Who went to hardcore slavery? Who went into the ships and the boats, man? Who went through all these curses? It was not the so-called white man, all right? It was not those other people that want to be Jews, man, all right? The bit-nosed peoples. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, said the Yahweh. True teachers, true elders, man. True men of the Lord. Behold, the days come, said the Yahweh, that will raise unto David a righteous branch, Yahweh Shai, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5. Behold, the days come, said the Yahweh, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, Yahweh Shai, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Verse 6, in his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. All right, the two kings will be put back together. Judah, which represents the so-called Negroes, the so-called Haitians, and the so-called Jamaicans, will be right back with who? The so-called Puerto Ricans, the so-called Hispanics, man, which represents the nation of Israel. And I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. All right? So the branches will be put back together, man. In his days, Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name, whereby he shall be called, the Yahweh our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Yahweh, that they shall no more say, the Yahweh liveth it, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. All right, once again, this captivity that we're in, when we be, be free from this captivity, will be even greater, man. But the Yahweh liveth it, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. All right, so everything, I'm read it again. Therefore, Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 7 to 8, get ready to close it out. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Yahweh, that they shall no more say, the Yahweh liveth it, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Salakia. Salakia. The children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Verse 8. But the Yahweh liveth it, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, from all countries whither I had driven them, they shall dwell in their own land. All right, this is only for the nation of Israel, man, starting with the elect. Not even all 2/3 of Israel are going to make it, man. This is not a spiritual Israel. It said the seed, what goes into the sperma, man. It's a lineage. My heart within me is broken because of the prophets, and all my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, Jeremiah, and like a man whom wine have overcome, because of the Yahweh and because of the words of his holiness. All right, stop right there. All right, so ultimately, man, listen, man, Yahweh Shai is the rock, man. We got to continue to wait on our power, man. Continue to trust. As we see days moving forward and progressing, we see that this kingdom is dwindling, man. All right, this is not time to get weak in the faith. You should be even more happier, man. We see things is stirring up. We see a famine of you see the famine in grocery stores. All right, you see the shelves getting empty. You see people getting nervous. Esau, even so-called white men getting nervous. All right, we're entering these days of just vengeance, man. Okay. Even with the famine of the word, man. All right, for the ones that didn't hear it, they had the time to get right. All right, but they didn't. They didn't take advantage of the truth, man. All right, so I'm in it there. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah, Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone teaching the Ruel. Shalom to the Akim, for elect to put the truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom, Baba Ball, Brakatham.